Alrighty, so we actually have a new set of dev notes, which I've already kind of glanced over, and it's looking actually pretty good. So I think they are. So there's a huge sort of like divide in the community right now, where half of the people are kind of upset that they're pushing so hard to get to the same level as the JP version of the game, and then there's the other half who doesn't really care, or they want it to kind of progress towards the JP version of the game, and they're okay with the pace that everything is going. And I can completely understand like the pros and cons of both sides and everything like that, but I think with the way that everything's going, I'm pretty sure that they're going to end up pushing towards the JP version of the game pretty quickly, and it looks like in probably like around 3 months or so, maybe a little less than that, we should be pretty much caught up to them at that point, because there's only a couple of characters left that we don't have on the global version of the game since the newest banner has come out. And obviously the biggest concern there is that we don't have a lot of content in the game, and we haven't been getting a lot of content. So everybody needs, that we need diamonds pretty much. We need new material, or like we need stuff in the game that we can do to get resources and everything like that, because of the way the game is progressing currently, there's just a lack of, resources going around as far as like actual currency, diamonds, gems, that. So pretty much, from what I understand, we'll go over the whole thing, but the basic gist of it is that they are going to be trying to stay on top of content as much as possible. So you can see they're talking a little bit about the fact that we just got Final Boss Bond. They're saying that Final Boss Escanor is coming. Their Season 4 of Tower of Trials is going to be coming out. Plus, there's going to be another Tower of Disaster that's coming out, which is really good because Tower of Disaster is like the easy mode version of Tower of Trials, where, the CC requirement is a lot less, meaning that newer players and stuff like that should be able to run through this. Maybe not the whole thing, depending on how far you are and how much your account has kind of progressed since you started playing. But obviously, like, all of those things are pretty good because they all come with their own diamonds and rewards, etc. So let's take a look at this thing. It says 7 Deadly Sins is celebrating its first year anniversary. We firmly believe that we are able to celebrate this meaningful anniversary thanks entirely to the great love and support of our knights. We've had our shortcomings and room for improvement, but we would like to use this opportunity to thank all of our knights who have supported the game and shared their valuable opinions with us. We will continue to strive to be a dev team that provides a great gaming experience. On today's dev notes, we would like to share with you our scheduled March update currently in development. After careful consideration of feedback from our knights, we will be bringing you diverse content for the entire month of March. So content is the biggest key focus here in this dev note. Final Boss Bond and Elaine. The first content we would like to introduce is Final Boss Bond and Elaine. We've designed this Final Boss's challenges around the immutable bond between Bond and Elaine. Elaine will aid Bond's revival while he protects her. We believe that thwarting Elaine and defeating blah blah blah. It basically just talks about the actual boss itself, which we're actually experiencing that right now, so I'm not too worried about that one. I do kind of like these like almost like movie looking posters that they've kind of come out with for the final bosses. It's kind of neat. I don't know. Final Boss Escanor. In addition to Final Boss Bond, we are planning to bring you popular hero Escanor in the form of a Final Boss Escanor in the month of March. So I'm assuming as soon as Final Boss Bond goes away, they're probably going to just go ahead and flip it over and swap right over to Escanor, which means that although you won't be able to use the gems from Final Boss Bond on the Escanor banner, you should be able to use this Final Boss and Final Boss Escanor. Hopefully you can save those for Meliodas. Final Boss Escanor inflicts great damage on single targets and gains a buff every turn, requiring precise timing. He also becomes invincible when his HP falls below a certain threshold, making him one of the tougher final bosses. Knights will need to be vigilant for this one. We are also preparing an additional social media event related to the content. We hope that you look forward to it. obviously it's just speculation because you never really know exactly what the social media events are going to be, but kind of in the past, the social media events that they've done have been sort of like, hey, you know, we're going to post something on Twitter or whatever the case may be, you know, it needs to get, you know, X amount of retweets or whatever the case is there, and we will reward the player base depending on how well the post does, whether it's like the video on YouTube or whatever the case may be. So more than likely they'll just be, you know, whenever this final boss comes out, I'm assuming for the final boss specifically, they're going to be kind of boasting about it on, you know, social media platforms, and they're going to want, you know, the community to kind of rally behind it and help push it out so that way it reaches new players, I'm assuming. Which is kind of cool, because I mean, Final Boss Escanor is kind of hype. Obviously anything Escanor related is going to get some attention. Tower of Trials Season 4. The dev team is currently putting together Season 4 of the Tower of Trials. The Tower of Trials Season 4 will introduce Roars of Dawn heroes as powerful enemies every 5 stages. If an ally falls to these enemies, all remaining allies' ultimate move gauge will be reset, therefore requiring more meticulous strategies for knights to overcome these challenging stages. We hope that you aim for the top floor for abundant rewards. So that's actually kind of interesting. If one of your characters dies, the ultimate move gauge gets reset for your other heroes, which is kind of interesting. Definitely going to be a little bit of a challenge, but hopefully this one shouldn't be too crazy. I'm assuming that they're probably not going to be nerfing Estarossa quite as much with this one as they kind of did in the last one, so hopefully we'll be able to use him a little bit, which makes final boss or these Tower of Trials a lot easier. So, return of the Tower of Disaster. Tower of Disaster is designed to require players to evenly distribute hero growth as the monsters become more powerful, the stronger the allies you bring. We hope knights will enjoy this content for the excitement of aiming for the top. The only thing that I'm wondering what they're going to be doing is the fact that Tower of Disasters kind of takes the spot of Tower of Trials. So I'm wondering if instead of Season 4, if they're going to give us, because we're supposed to get a new final boss or a new Tower of Trials next week on the reset. So I'm wondering if for the weekly reset, because it is technically March right now, if they're going to give us this Tower of Disaster first, and it'll probably last for a week or 2 weeks or however long, because these aren't like full-fledged towers, and they'll end up giving us Season 4 after that one goes away. Because as far as I don't know of any time where they've done a Tower of Disaster and a Tower of Trials at the same time. So that's my only question. I don't really know whether or not. I'm assuming they'll probably do the shorter duration one first, and then they'll set up for an actual full season of it after that one goes away, I would assume. But I don't know. To be seen. That is all for today. Once again, we sincerely thank all of the knights who enjoy and support the game for 1 year. We've prepared a small gift as a token of our appreciation. You will be able to obtain the gift from 3/2 at 11 p.m. PST, which is pretty late for me. That's like 2 a.m.-ish. Until 3/31, so the entire month. All knights will be able to get it once from their inbox the first time they log in during the time duration. We hope that you enjoy the game until our 1 year anniversary becomes a 10-year anniversary. Good Lord, I would love to see this game in 10 years. As far as I know, I've already seen this video right here, but if we go sort of to the end, he talks a little bit about... Yeah, this right here. He says, here you go. There's like, I'm assuming they're giving away a bunch of free stuff, and if it's proportionate to how many of these items they put on the screen, then it might be an actual pretty decent reward. Obviously, we'll have to wait till, you know, a little bit later tonight for us to see, but it looks like we're going to be getting gold, limit break materials, awakening or super awakening coins, anvils, skip tickets, more gold. I don't know if this gold is the same as this gold. I would assume so. There's a hefty chunk of diamonds right there, but obviously we have no idea. I'm assuming, just a guess, it's probably not going to be anything over like 30 diamonds, and 30 diamonds is being generous, I think, because obviously diamonds cost a lot if you look at them in the shop. So I would be very surprised if they gave us any more than a multi, but I don't know. With it being the 1 year anniversary, maybe they're going to be super generous with it. I have no idea. But obviously, we're going to get pendants and maybe some stamina potions as well. But it looks like a pretty decent package of stuff. Obviously, we have no idea how much it's actually going to be yet. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I was thinking that they dropped this around like 8 p.m., 9 p.m.-ish my time. So I had already watched it and everything like that. And I was kind of wondering, and I made sure to log in to see if they had already pushed out this reward. But it looks like we're getting it a little bit later. Obviously, that's pretty much all I have. You know, we just went over the notes. That's pretty much it. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. We're getting a lot of new content throughout the next month, pretty much. And I'm definitely okay with that. A lot of it's pretty much all PvE content, which, you know, is pretty much what content comes to the game anyway. So I'm always down for more PvE stuff. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more content in the future. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, see ya in the next one.